That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Jason David Frank.
Boom shakalaka.
Please do not change channel.
Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin' With Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thank you so much for logging on and tuning in. If you haven't done it yet, go down, hit subscribe, hit the little bell, come back over and over again. We've got artists, authors, filmmakers, musicians, creative minds of all kinds, and we're here at Space Coast Comic Con all weekend long. Right now, we're hanging with the True Aquaman, cosplayer Rick Stafford. Rick, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good as always.
Wow, man. So, how's your weekend going?
Great. It's been a great weekend.
Space Coast Comic Con going real
Oh,
for
I
you?
love this con. Love this con. One of my favorites.
Hometown con.
It is. It is. Really is. I'm
really
in
is.
Orlando based, so not
This
far.
is right here.
Right there. Great people. A lot of people I usually run with in the con circuit, so I get to see them. It's kind of like a reunion.
It is.
Yeah,
it
we
is.
love that
I
reunion.
love the fact that we get to do these in between those giant ones.
Right.
Because we're all so busy.
At the big ones, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you just don't have time for anything.
Yeah. And so this is just a great time to get together and talk and see where everybody's at and what you've been doing. I love, last time you were on, we had you in the big
You had my
the
armor
big
on,
Aquaman.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And now we've got the kind of the classic spandex.
Classic Aquaman. Yep.
Yeah.
This is the version. Not actually. This is not the actual version that I got called out as the True Aquaman.
Yeah.
That was actually the low cut black brief version. This is actually
yeah.
this is the new 52 of my 9 different Aquamans. Yeah, this is just one of many.
Yeah, wow. Now, if y'all are on the Hangin' With Web Show channel, y'all probably checked out Rick's first interview. We talked about what motivated him and what got him into cosplay. And since then, he's just been going wild. Man.
I have
everywhere.
been. I have been. I've
You've
been
exploded. And of course, you know, the new Aquaman movie brought the character to a wider audience, and you get to bring those people and show them the different Aquaman.
Correct.
As they evolved.
Yeah.
And we understand that you actually you got to meet the new Aquaman.
Yes, Jason
at
Momoa.
MegaCon. Yeah.
I did. That was a really interesting.
We have this. We're going to spin this up on camera so you guys can see. This is the real Aquaman and
True
the
Aquaman.
the True Aquaman. I do that every time. This is the True Aquaman and your new Aquaman side by side, and Jason, of course, acknowledging
who the True Aquaman really is.
That's
Yes.
right. So. Pretty cool to see.
It was
to see your character that you've been pouring a lot of love into this character for a long
11
time.
years now.
And I think we talked about this on the show the first time we talked. Aquaman has always been to the kids coming up. Sort of, it's like the stepchildren of the superheroes.
Right. Yeah, he's second. He was always second string.
Yeah. And now Jason got a chance to bring him to the wider audience, and now they get to see. Now they're going back and checking the comics out.
Yep.
They're seeing where he came from. They get to see you in one of your 9 different variations and see
Correct,
all of
correct.
the
And-
evolution of Aquaman.
And I've been trying to bring out more and more of the older ones that I have, so people do see the different variations. But every variation shows blonde hair, blue eyed, not the barbaric look of the Momoa character.
Yeah, and so they're seeing this evolution of a character that they might not have been introduced to until pop culture brought him in.
Correct.
And so, what's that like now that your character is out there in the world? In a more popular culture way instead of subculture.
Right.
What's that been like for you as you travel around? Are more and more people looking and going, wow.
Yeah, early on when I first started, I want to almost say 50-50, hey, are you Mermaid Man from SpongeBob? Because that's where most people had actually seen
it,
an Aquaman-like character, because Aquaman wasn't on TV, he wasn't in the comics as much. And so that's how they'd been exposed to him. So now, it's like, oh, that's Aquaman, and this is the thing I'm really finding cool is when a parent will see their child and they'll say, that's what Aquaman's supposed to look like. Yeah. So they're even doing a spin doctor for me as far as
show the kid this is
Momoa may be what they're showing out there.
Introduced you to.
Yeah.
But there's a whole history of
what
this story and this character and what he looks like and how he dresses and
so I'm being held up as that's what he really looks like. That's what the movie is.
Standard,
So that's been a really cool experience to be being held up as the card of this is what he's supposed to look like.
There it is.
So I've been really happy with that.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
That's got to be awesome. Now, you've been really busy lately. We've been
very
following
busy
you online.
Yep. It's been all over the country.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
Yeah. So what are you working on right now? What's going on? What do you got coming up?
Let's see. Next weekend I'll be in. Depends on where you're from. Some people call it Kissimmee. Some people call it Kissimmee. I think it's Fandom. It's a one-day event. Fan Days. That's what it is. Yep. Right. Next Saturday or Sunday. Next Sunday in Kissimmee. I'll be at that event. Let's see. Coming up, I'll be at Daytona Beach Comic Con in November. I know I've got a charity event that I'm doing in November for the Walt Disney Pavilion in Orlando's Florida Hospital. December I'm doing a big charity event down in Boca. So I'm doing a lot more of the charity work again. I'm getting back into the charity work again. Yeah. So and because we're kind of winding down on the convention circuit, and so as those wind down, I tend to pick up more charity work.
That's fantastic. And I know you took a little time away from that and got your stuff together.
Yeah.
And I know you took a little bit of time to step back.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, one of Rick's major inspirations for his cosplay and for his creativity was his boy.
Yeah, my son.
And we talked about that on the show last time, and we're going to make you go back and watch that because we're not going to cry today.
Yeah. It's pretty rough.
That's
it's
right.
Pretty rough.
But so Tim took a step. So Rick took a step back from that a little bit, and now he's back on it. What's that like? And the kids are now looking at this character and they're seeing it, and I know, you're kind of diving right in with a lot of the charity stuff. Yeah,
the kids love it. And again, I typically do this version when I do the kids because the armor is more of a customized version.
Yeah.
They don't recognize that as much. So, but yeah.
Maybe next year, because I know that Jason in the DC movie is set to do more of that storyline.
Right.
So they'll introduce the armor and stuff, and then yours is more colorful and stuff too.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So after being dark down in the movie theaters, when they see that armor, they're going to know immediately.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to that.
I love that costume, by the way. That's just
wow. It's a fan
you guys
favorite.
Go back and check the first episode with Rick on there because that's an amazing setup.
I'm sure you guys will probably spin a photo of it too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we have a photo here. This is great, by the way. Who's doing your photos?
That was actually done at SuperCon, and I have to say I forgot who did the initial work, but I have a print shop up in Orlando that did all the customization for me.
That's fantastic. We're going to spin that up for there. Now, as we run into each other on the concert more and more, right? We see it's not us.
Right.
The folks coming, they're getting younger and younger.
Yes.
Because we're not getting any older.
Yeah, we stayed. I stopped at 29.
Right? Yeah. But they're getting younger and younger. You stay pretty fit.
I do.
And what's your regiment like to do that? I know you do a lot of swimming. I know you do a lot.
I do, which is comical. Aquaman swims, yes, all the time.
Like really follow him online.
I do. I swim a lot.
I actually think he does live in the water. We can't prove it, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, I think the back of my hair is still wet.
He just swam in this morning. Yeah. We don't know where from. He just,
we're not that far from the beach. No, I've been working out at one point in my life, I had gotten fit early on, then started having kids, got big, pushed about 250.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd gotten big. I have a photo of that too. If you guys want, I'll show you that too. You can spin that up there if you'd like. And
it'd be inspirational for him. It really would be because you get to be our age, and it's harder work.
Right. And just so you guys know, I am pushing 50, almost 50 years old. Yeah.
We're pushing it from a distance.
Yes.
Months, days, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
We're holding it back.
Yeah. My Atlantean biology does wonders for me.
Right.
I work out almost every day, and when I come to these conventions, I actually do a panel called Fitness Geekery, and during that panel, I actually get to tell people how to prepare for, endure, and recover from comic book conventions, as well as how to get ready for them long term. Meaning, how to, people come to me and go, I got a convention coming up next month. Is there any way I can drop 20 pounds? Well, we can cut you off right about there. That might take, about 20 pounds.
5 here, 5 there,
yeah, because you're not going to realistically do that without losing some extremity. So I tell them, you've got to really long-term plan for this kind of stuff.
This is an endurance game.
It is.
Especially if you get one of these long weekend cons.
Mm-hmm.
You really do. You want to make sure you stay hydrated all the time.
All the time.
Pre-hydrate. Don't just wait till you get there and guzzle water. That's not going to work. You need to pre-hydrate and stay that way. You need to walk. Work the cardio because these are brutal places on your cardio.
Yeah, it is. And with the new smartwatches like the Apple Watch or the Fitbits and all that, you can honestly maintain your walk speed and walk pace throughout the day, and you start setting goals for yourself. And if you keep that goal going, you'll find when you come to these events, you're in much better shape for it. I talk about how to eat properly at conventions, because a lot of people will go and they'll get the pizzas and the hot dogs, and then they go and put on their spandex costumes, and they're like going, oh, I got a food baby, and it looks horrible in the photos, and then they get really upset that they have worked all this time, and then they come to a con and they ruin it just by what they eat when they get here. So I explain how to pack smart and sensibly, and things you can hide on your costume that you can eat in a hurry that aren't going to bloat you out and keep you looking good and keep your energy levels up while you're at a convention all week.
That's a huge thing, because that energy level, when it drops,
you're done.
How many times have we been walking the floor and you see somebody over there and you just saw them cosplaying a half hour ago, but they're racked out on a sofa in the lobby because they just...
Or they're over in the food court area sitting at a table with that thousand-yard stare,
done,
just like done. Yeah, they're just burned out.
And you do. This is really an endurance game. Stay in shape. If you're armoring up, if you're doing, like you had the big King Aquaman,
right.
A lot of our guys have the Ironmans, if you're armoring up, that's hot, it's sweaty.
Those EVA foam armors, although they may be lightweight, it's
hold heat.
It's a thermal material, so therefore it's like wearing an igloo cooler. You're going to trap all that heat in, and therefore you're going to dehydrate even faster. And you must find a way, like put a Camelback into the system, or be chugging water constantly. Just off screen, I do have a bottle of water because I do stay hydrated.
Always.
I always have a bottle of water near me.
We've got ours over there, so it's always, you have to stay like that. Now, Rick always brings a full performance to his cosplay, and we have the Trident here.
Yes.
How many of these do you have?
Right now I have 8 different Tridents.
8 different Tridents.
Yep, my walls in my house, actually, I have a Trident Hall of Fame.
Really,
kind of like Tony Stark has his armors.
Armor, yeah.
Yeah, I've got different Tridents on different parts of the walls.
That is awesome, man. And now up the road, we're headed out to Fan Days next weekend.
I'll be at
We're going to see you out there for sure.
Totally, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Guys, you can catch Rick Stafford at a convention coming near you pretty soon. Look for the True Aquaman table. We've got some he's got prints out here. You can get a print of Rick and Jason from MegaCon. You can get the King Aquaman print right here at his table. You get a lot of these. Check him out. Talk to him about how to stay in shape. If you're starting as a cosplayer, or you're starting on a convention circuit, sit down with Rick and talk a little bit.
Oh, I love helping people out in any way, shape, or form, fitness-wise.
Most amazing community to be a part of.
It is.
People want you to succeed. They want to help you.
And it's a great way to pay forward. I've been in the business for so long. I love helping young cosplayers get ahead of the game, get ahead of the curve. Keep away from those pitfalls that I ran into along the way, and anything I can do to help a cosplayer or a conventioner, make a better experience for themselves, I'm all about it.
When you get to a convention, check out his panel list so you can find out more about how to stay fit, how to stay in shape, and how to stay healthy during your con experience. Get by and grab a photo of the True Aquaman. We've been hanging with Rick Stafford, guys. We got to say goodbye, but what we do, we're going to say thank you to our partners and friends, Something Unique Magazine, Space Coast Comics, Famous Faces and Funnies, Off the Chain Radio with author Yvonne Mason, our great friends at Pound the Grape in Melbourne, Florida, and our great new friends over at Embellish Effects. Great little cosplay shop over in Orlando.
Ben's my best friend.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I love Ben.
Get into Embellish Effects. They've got everything you need to build your cosplay up. You really, when you go into Embellish, you're stepping your game up to the next level.
Oh, yeah, you are.
You're bringing it to the next level. Guys, remember, stay tuned in, stay logged on, and see who we're hanging with next. Thank you so much, Rick.
My pleasure.
Awesome,
My pleasure.